I'm about my cash, I'm about my cash, I make it rain. I'm about my cash, I'm about my cash, I make it rain. I'm about my cash, I'm about my cash, I make it rain. I'm about my cash, I'm about my cash, I make it rain. I just wanna make some money.
Yeah, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Ways to get the check. It's your boy Tristan Javon.
What up, your boy Nice?
And we are back. It's Ways to Get the Check. You know, this podcast is always about giving information about, you know, revenue streams and ways to get income, or just building yourself, you know, in business, in the business world, or if you're doing other things like entrepreneurship. And sometimes it's just about, you know, ideas of how to grow money, how to invest money. So today we got my boy Devin here, you know, from Express Tow Service. Devin, let's go.
What up, Devin? What's up?
What's up, Deb? So talk to us, Deb. Tell us, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us about a little about your background history.
My name is Devin, the owner of Express Wheel Services.
Born
and raised in Dorchester, Mass.
Shout out to Dorchester.
Dorchester's in the building.
Yeah, I've just always just been a kid that likes to be outside, just do a bunch of stuff, and I always hated being in the house.
Yeah.
My mom had to fight to keep me in the house. So it was always a battle between her and I. I always like to get my hands dirty, just working on something, anything with wheels, anything with a motor. You name it, I'm trying to fix it, or I fixed it, you know.
Yeah, my boy likes cars. He used to work at Tesla, right?
Yeah, Tesla, BMW, worked at Sullivan Tire for a little.
You worked as a salesperson or mechanic? Tech.
Yeah,
nice.
my boy was tech. How was that working at Tesla as a tech?
It was definitely interesting. I used to work at BMW, so, you know, hearing the combustion engines come in the shop, and then making that change to Tesla and just basically hearing nothing. Just hearing people talk, watching cars come in and out, barely any sounds, you know, sounds like a UFO going in and out the building. It was just just a new experience, you know, not really getting dirty at work, just doing, you know, basic tires and, you know, a bunch of electrical work.
I was going to say that. What's like the biggest difference from like working at BMW and Tesla? More electrical stuff? Or
I used to leave BMW covered in grease, covered in oil. And I leave out Tesla, I can wear a tuxedo and not even get dirty. So it's like, you know.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Which one you like more, Tesla or BMW?
I'd say BMW. Tesla's cool and all, but I like my engines. I like to hear my car.
I hear that.
Yeah, facts.
I'm not a fan of BMW though. I drive an Audi.
Yeah.
And I was a fan of Mercedes because of the luxury. Mm-hmm. But I feel you with the sports and hearing the engine.
I like Mercedes.
S5,
Mercedes is always a good car.
It definitely is.
Real quick, off topic, did you bring your tow truck or you came in another car?
Nah, actually.
Yeah. That was a whole long story, right? Yeah, we did pull up. We was gonna pull up in a tow truck, but it was too much traffic.
Nah, that would have been funny because so my neighbors, they're always partying. You guys know that. You guys always see them and stuff like that. If you know me. And we hate when people park in the driveway. Yeah. So one other lady was like, I don't give a fuck if I'm gonna park in the driveway. I was like, don't worry, my cousin's a tow truck guy. I'm gonna hit him up. So if you had the tow truck right there, she probably would have been like, oh, he wasn't fucking around.
Pulled up with the tow truck.
Oh, shit. They came to tow my car.
Yeah. So talk to us a little bit about your business, Express Tow Service.
Basically,
you started this by yourself, right?
Yeah, started by myself. I always wanted to start a business, just never had the motivation, the right people behind me to push. One morning I kind of just woke up. I was like, you know what? Today's the day. Today's the day where I just go to the website, get my business official, did it, paid my dues, got the company rolling. Obviously start off a little slow, you know, I had to build up my clientele. Still kind of slow now, but, you know, it's a work in progress.
Word.
Good.
Yeah, you know a few people that do towing too, right?
I got a few people, but they do hauling.
Yeah. So I try to get into that one. I do a little bit of that every now and then, but I kind of stick most of the towing and stuff like that. Yeah. Just hauling over the road, that gets expensive because now you're, you know, away from home for a while. You're doing a lot of things. I got 2 dogs and a girl at home.
Yeah,
so,
facts.
Yeah. The dude I know, like, he's just crazy because he's not licensed now. He takes like back roads to everything, so he spends so much time. And it's like that's costing his fuel, costing his time. You know, trying to avoid the state. You know how that goes.
Like DOT,
DOT. That's what I meant.
They don't want to play with.
They don't play.
It's funny you said that because the other day I actually got pulled over by one. I was in my buddy's truck. And we were going down the highway, and I told him, I was like, bro, like, you got your US DOT number, like, you need to pull over. He's like, nah, bro, we're good. There's a bunch of dump trucks. I'm like, bro, like, trust me, like, you need to pull over. And sure enough, we passed it, and the state, he looked at us, And as soon as we got off the exit, he pulled us over and was like, "You didn't stop at the DOT check." I looked at my board and I was like, "Told you."
Told you.
I was like, "You should have pulled over."
Facts. So for our viewers that don't know what DOT is, can you explain what that is?
It's basically a system formed within each state has their own DOT system. It's the Department of Transportation. They're the ones that look out for, if you have trailers, they look out for your tires, make sure they're not bald, the safety of you, safety of others, make sure your lights work, make sure you're not, if you have a diesel truck, you're not running any off-road diesel, you're running regular fuel diesels, because if you there's a difference of off-road diesel and regular diesel.
Right.
Off-road diesel is typically dyed red, and that's what farmers and other people use.
Right.
So if they suspect you of using that, you can get heavily fined. They can shut down your business. They have these little tubes that they dip in your tank, and if it comes back obviously positive with off-road fuel, it can take you out of service. That can go against your business. You can lose your license. And it's
where it says like weigh station open and closed.
Yeah, right.
Those things they go in, make sure you're not over capacity. Your truck is not weighing too much, overweight.
Right.
So things like that. So it's pretty much the police checking it, because like something with CDL trucks and stuff, you have a checklist every day before driving and stuff. So when you get pulled over, if you forgot to check headlights and stuff, and I know that because when I used to drive buses, so that brings me back to that. But it's a lot.
Right there for our CDL drivers and people who trying to become tow truck service.
Don't skip the DOT.
Yeah, don't skip
the
them.
DOT.
You skip them, they'll make your life living hell.
Yeah.
Right on the dot. And my man came in today with his shirt on to the Express Tow Service. You know what I'm saying? That's a pretty smooth logo and stuff like that. But it's Express Tow Service. So you do other services too, right?
Yeah, so I do hauling every now and then. I do towing. I do roadside assistance. So, if you ever get a flat tire, I always carry a jack, tools, my impact gun. I'll, get you around the side of the road. Your car dies, I'll jumpstart you. You run out of fuel on the side of the road, I'll be there. You get locked out of your car, help you get in. Also, you present me with the right ID, right information.
Right.
I'll get you right.
Yeah. Do you fix cars and stuff like that too?
Occasionally on the side for myself, I do for friends and family, depending on a certain degree of it.
Right.
It's part of me. It's in my hobby. It's all be in my blood. My uncle was a mechanic. My other uncle was a tow truck driver for the city of Boston.
Right.
He's actually what kind of got me into this, because as a kid, I used to ride around this tow truck.
I was gonna ask
he used to
that.
drive me to school. We used to go around, used to do tows with him. He used to do repos.
Right.
And he's the one that kind of just got me motivated and kind of got me into this.
Yeah, word. That's dope. And I know you do the plows too. And
Yeah,
my man, nice does the plows too.
I also do plow in the winter. I just started. It got me a little 8-foot plow on the front of my truck.
It was a slow winter, but it had a good one.
Literally every time I went out, I probably plowed maybe once with the thing, and then the other 2 times, by the time I got ready, went out, and came over to Somerville, it was rain.
It was already gone. It was
like
leaving.
Pushing dirt. I'm like, what am I doing over here?
I had one good winter. And then the following winter, it was just not it. So I was like, I just sold the truck with everything.
Yeah.
So, but it's fun.
Yeah, no, it's definitely fun.
I used to enjoy doing that.
You get the excitement of just being behind the wheel and just plowing the snow.
No one's out.
Yeah, no one's out. You get the nice adrenaline.
Yeah. That's a nice little side hustle too. You just chilling, like you said, late night chilling. Kind of getting some money. Just a couple snacks out there. I mean, I seen some people working really hard out there with the shovels too.
I used to do that.
Doing it all.
I graduated from that. I got the plow.
Moved on up.
Yeah, I got the plow. I didn't look back from that. That's the shoveling now.
Where's your services being held at? Like just in Dorchester, Somerville, everywhere?
Yep.
I pretty much go wherever the money is.
Yep.
You pay for my service, I go. You want me to go from here to Florida? As long as it's beneficial for me, beneficial for you, I'll go. I'll go anywhere from local, cross country. I'll tow your boat. I'll tow your RV. Whatever it is I can feel in the back of my truck,
it's going.
It's going.
As long as it's getting paid.
Yeah.
What's the farthest you ever gone or something like that?
Furthest I've ever gone is actually Vermont. Close to the Montreal border up there. Yeah. It was about like 4.5 hours away, kind of through the mountains.
Damn, that's a pretty
We should have hit you up. I was in Vermont and there was like this free lawnmower. There's lawnmowers everywhere and just like take it.
No, it is on the side of the road.
So I was like, yo, but I have a 2-door Audi convertible. But I needed to bring that because my boy has a big space. I feel bad for him when he has to do his lawn. So I was like, yo, this is a free lawnmower. If I was him, I would have got a trailer and drove to Vermont. Yeah. It's a free lawnmower,
nice. So it's like a funny story about that. I was going to Vermont. So when I first got my truck, the dude I bought up, he was like, hey, your transmission was slipping in 4th gear. And I was like, oh, whatever. I drove the truck for 5 months, didn't feel nothing. on the way to Vermont. Everything's going smooth. Truck had a little hiccup in New Hampshire. I'm like, oh, whatever. Coming back from Vermont, I literally drove the truck in third gear from like the Vermont, New Hampshire border all the way to Hyde Park, dropped the car off. It was like the truck was just like, just out. Like it wasn't shifting. It was stuck in that one gear.
The tow gun need a tow.
Yeah, literally. I was like, bro, I can't do a tow. Like I'm gonna have to have a tow for my truck, for the trailer and the car. Then I'm gonna call 2 different other tow trucks to tow me. And I was like, this is not it. So I had to see it all the way to Hyde Park. It was quite the journey.
That's funny actually, because I was gonna ask you about certain challenges that you run into, and can you talk a little bit more about other challenges that you run into, or maybe crazy stories that happen to you?
No, I've had a couple of crazy stories. Your uncle Chris.
What up, Chris?
I told Chris for him, and
hold on real quick, my bad. Uncle Chris always got a junk car. What's up with you, bro? Yo, Chris, go get a car, man. You've been working for years. Put a deposit down and just get a car that's gonna be reliable.
That's your boy Unc right there. That's everybody's uncle right there.
Yep.
Chris.
Oh man.
Yeah, word.
First night I met him, I felt like he was my uncle. He was
of course, that's Uncle Chris.
Yeah,
right there.
That's my dude. Chris. That's my dude. If you know,
the
legend of Chris. So what happened when you told the car?
I pulled up to the house, and he goes, "Oh, it's in the driveway." And I pull up, and it's like pitch black in the yard. And I'm looking, don't see a car. Get out of the truck, get my flashlight. I'm like looking through like, not really the woods, it was like a bush area. And I see the car probably like 40, 50 feet, like back in the bush. And I'm like, what the hell, bro? I'm like, God damn, bro.
Oh, man.
Like, obviously, I'm new at this, so like, all my experiences have been like on pavement. They've never been like backing up like in a dirt, kind of like over a little, not a hill, but like a little incline, trying to get a car up there. So I get it back there, call and confirm it's the car. And I'm like, all right, let me winch it up there. I'm like, okay, there's no key, so I can't get into the car. So I call him, hey, there's no key. He's like, well, can you get up there? I'm like, unfortunately, no, I can't, because I need to get in the car to turn the steering wheel.
Right.
Because I can't do anything with it because the car won't go straight up on the trailer. He's like, I'll be there in a few minutes. Shows up, we get there. Took us about, I don't know, maybe 30-ish minutes to get the car on the trailer. Had flat tires. It was like, way back. They had to winch it up. I think the positive cable on the winch ended up snapping and burning off because the car was pulling so much dirt with it forward. The cable started catching on fire, burned off. Had to, winch up there. Had to have him, Chris, and his buddy. What's his buddy's name again?
Billy.
Billy. I had
boy
Chris,
Billy.
Billy help me. All three of us had to push the car on the trailer because the thing caught on fire.
Yeah, word.
We get to the drop off, and he's like, all right, drop right here. I look, it's another incline. Now I got to unload the car on a hill. Doesn't work. Car doesn't start. No brakes. It was a challenge. So I had to drop in the middle of the street, and the three of us had to push it up the incline into the driveway. It was a challenge.
Yeah, that's a challenge for sure.
Definitely ran me for my money.
It's like, yo, I'm about to just start a new career right now.
Literally, there's some times where I'm just like, why did I do this? But
no, yeah, but that's part of it. You have those challenges. You could go back and laugh at it later on.
Yeah.
So that's pretty funny, man.
Yeah, and it's true. You know what I mean? And again, next question, like what gives you your motivation? Because working 9 to 5 for a job is one thing, but working for yourself is another.
I'm just gonna move this mic a little bit.
Oh, yeah. So working for myself, what really motivates me is that the freedom. Make my own schedule. Pretty much make my own schedule. When you go where I used to work at a dealership, I felt so trapped. You have to be there at 8 o'clock. First thing in the morning, if you're late, there's a car on your bay, and then you get, a manager or somebody yelling at you like, hey, you're supposed to be 20 minutes ago, or, blah, 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 whatever the case is. And you're just like, I'm tired of this shit. Like, I can't keep doing this. You ask for vacation day off. You ask for, oh, I need a Saturday off. Oh, you can't take Saturday off. It's your Saturday to work, or you just try to do something for yourself, and it's always a challenge. But then you go into the manager's office, and, assistant manager's like, oh, he's on a cruise in Florida. And you're like, all right. All right. I guess my one day off wasn't, that serious, but your whole 2-week excursion in Florida is,
he said assistant manager's on vacation.
So literally, like, you're on your cruise, like, my bad. Like, sorry.
Yeah.
Just being in that for a while, just getting a lot of no's. You can't take the day off, why do you need to leave early? It's just always a hassle. So when you work for yourself, you literally wake up in the morning and you're just like, all right, what do I do today? I got bills. Right. How do I get them paid? You know, what's the process of how do I find my clients? And it's just like a whole rundown of things. It's mostly the freedom for the most part. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah,
just
word.
Being yourself.
Yeah. Needed to hear that too.
Freedom.
Yeah,
I know. You know what I'm saying? We both need to hear that because in the real, sometimes you're working 9 to 5 and it's good. You know, everybody needs that check. You know, but the freedom part of it is something that I think you start to crave a little bit more.
It definitely is.
When you start working for a job so much and you start losing time for yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, how do you get in contact with your clients? First of all, how do you charge people? How do you get in contact with your clients?
Mm-hmm. So I basically advertise on all social medias. I'm on Facebook, Instagram. Just made a TikTok the other day.
Okay, shout your social media out.
Expressfield Services on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Look for the logo. That's me. I always advertise on Yelp, Google. Mm-hmm. So for Yelp, it's a little interesting because you can't really narrow down your services. It's kind of like, hey, I tow. And either you're going to get a tow from wherever you are to the next town over, or you get some dude that's like, hey, I need to go down to Connecticut, and you just choose your battles. I also advertise on this app. It's called Honk, and basically you just keep your GPS on, and it essentially follows you. And if I'm out, say for example, in like Rentham, whatever, I'm out shopping, I have the truck with me, and somebody's like, oh, I get locked out of my car, and then next time over, I can go on the app and be like, oh, wow, I'm next door. It's similar to Uber, like
I was gonna ask about if you knew about that because my cousin from Jersey, he's doing that out there and they're expanding. They said so. He was asking me if I was interested in doing that.
They have Honk in Jersey too.
I don't know what it's called, but he said you just pretty much need to keep a jack to change a tire, roadside assistance in case somebody get locked down, but not towing. It's just like straight up roadside assistance.
Yeah.
So and it's like Uber, you just turn it on, and if they hit you up to
it's like
unlock a car or something. So that's what's up. So what's that called?
It's called Honk.
Honk.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people I can give a lot of jobs to. He locked up your car. I got you. Shoot real quick.
So around here, what they do is usually call the taxis. You call taxis, they always have that on them.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
A taxi, like a legit taxi?
Yeah. When you're in a certain city, you know what I'm saying? Yellow taxis there.
Yeah. You call them, be like, hey, I'm locked out. If they charge $20 for the service, they come in.
Yeah, word.
Like a legit taxi?
Oh, yeah. They do more than...
Jumpstart you and everything.
They do more than just drop off and pick up.
Wow. No,
you know what I'm saying? Uber competing with Uber and stuff.
That's definitely great.
That's always been a thing out here. In Lawrence, at least, that I know. That they definitely do.
I didn't even know that. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't know they did that.
Yep.
That's good. You got yourself out there. You got an expansion of ways to get yourself out there. And
you definitely have. Definitely.
That's why I feel like this is the right time to go do things like that and go start things because the resources we have compared to back then. If you had a tow truck in the 90s, it's like you literally got to drive around and find that broken car. Need a tow. Yeah,
you have to get a contract with somebody.
Get a contract, correct.
AAA or something like that.
And just for that, like this, a bunch for every other job too, you know.
Mm-hmm. Right. How about pricing?
So for pricing, I either charge by the mile, mile, fuel, and I also have to count for my time, the company's time. Company always needs to get something out of it because that's how you stay afloat. Pay the ads, pay your bills, pay your expenses. For locals, I usually charge. I have a strict $150 minimum. That's just to get on the truck. That's just to get me out there, the truck, somebody out there to look at it, get your car on the trailer. You know, got to pay for the trailer, got to pay for my fuel to get to you, got to pay for my time. You need a winch. Depending on how severe, how far it is, a winch out usually runs you probably like 60, 40, like 60, $70, depending on, where it is, how far it is, how deep it is.
Yeah, right.
And for like example, like somebody wanted me to go to Jersey this Sunday. I told her I'd do it for $800. I can't compete with the dudes that are running 6 and 7 cars on the back of their truck. Because me, I'm just a one-man show with a one-car trailer in back. So I got to count for me. Those dudes, they can pick up, 10, 12 cars. And that one car they pick up is not really going in their pocket. That one car is just paying for fuel to get them to the next state, wherever they're going.
Yeah, right.
So for me, I got to account for that. Not everybody likes my prices. I understand that. But I got to do what's best for me. I got to make sure I stay afloat.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay, I mean that's not bad because tolls. You mean like when you're going through a toll because you're going to Jersey, New York. That's automatic.
George Washington Bridge, they tax you.
Yeah, everything. You got to pay car
my time,
time. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So how do you set boundaries? Like, do you have like discount prices, or do you like how you set your boundaries firm on it?
I try not to give out discounts as much as I can.
Yeah, right.
I just firm 150. You know, it's like going to the doctor's office. You go there and you're like, hey, can I get a discount? They're looking at you like, I just gave you a heart surgery. You want a discount? Like, that don't work like that. You know what I mean?
Co-pays and stuff.
Yeah,
right.
literally. It depends. I try to be lenient with the person, but I also hate to be played. You know,
Yeah,
I don't
right,
want to pick your car up, and I'm like, you're like, oh, I have this much, but then the next weekend I see you in the casino and gambling, $10,000 or whatever, and you're like, oh, I just played him. Like, I still need to defend for myself. Like I said, I still got to pay the company, pay me, pay the truck. I got insurance, I got tolls, I got fuel. My pocket, the company's pocket, I still got things I need to pay for the company.
Right.
How many trucks you got out there? Just yours?
So far, I got one, just my truck. I have another guy that I go to. He actually has a transportation business. I partner with him every now and then. If I get more than one call, or if I need extra hands, I'd reach out to him.
Nice.
And,
So what do you see for the future? You trying to expand, or you trying to focus on just working for yourself?
So right now, I run the company. My buddy has a drunk removal company, and when I'm not towing, I help him with that. So I always try to have some source of income coming in, whether it's for me, the company, whatever it is. For the future, I'd like to get another truck, hopefully by next year, if everything goes right. It just really depends on people nowadays, because I need people
to be
essentially
dependable.
Move a second truck. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't have enough clientele, then honestly, I can't just go and get another truck, because then now I just have, a $30,000, $40,000 truck just sitting there, just not doing nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I kind of have to go with the economy. If the economy fails, I don't fail, but essentially I kind of fail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If no one's buying cars, then I can't tow cars. If everybody's selling cars and not buying cars, then yeah, I can still tow them, but I'm not going to be as profitable as if you go out and buy a car and X, Y, and Z happens to it, then I can help you. Most people are turning to new cars nowadays. Most new cars come with warranty. Most of them come with, you click a button over your head to send,
they show up.
Send a tow truck there in like 3 seconds, and they're not thinking about a local guy like me. They're just, hitting the button like, oh, hey, need a tow, I'm broken outside of 138, whatever. And the guy's like,
fair to say.
Be there in 2 minutes. I can't
You got to compete with the insurances, AAA.
I got to compete with all of them.
How about, I'm not sure how it is out there, but I know in Lawrence, there's like a rotation where people sign up, and like if it's Tuesday night, that's who the city calls. If you get pulled over, there's a toll.
So I don't know
how
like that
works.
in Boston too. Unfortunately, I'm not on the rotation right now. I can't, because I have a trailer. It'll be not a lot, but I guess to them that's kind of like unprofessional to them. To me, I don't think it's unprofessional. To other people, it's not professional because it's still a way of towing. For tow trucks, they were trailers. Like it's another form of way of towing. So right now, I try to just stick to people just broke down side roads, lockouts, roadside systems, stuff like that.
No, it's just a way to grow later on in the future.
No, it definitely is.
Without having to have the other people.
Yeah, it's mad different ways around that and stuff. But so like, let's say if somebody wanted to kind of just go that route of entrepreneurship, from a lot of people do different things, and if they wanted to get into like a towing business or start their own service business, what kind of advice would you give them?
I personally say don't go out, get a $200,000 loan from the bank and go buy a brand new Freightliner or whatever. I'd say buy something a little older, so that way you can have less expense. That way you don't have, a high insurance bill. You don't have a high car note. You don't have a high, you got to pay employees. It's okay to buy used things every now and then. Nothing has to be new. That's how I started out. I bought some things new, don't get me wrong, but some things I went on Facebook Marketplace. Another tow company went out of business. They're like, I got these chain straps for $300, brand new is like $2,000, whatever. I'm like, all right, they still work, check the condition, go from there. I'd say keep your expenses low in the beginning, right? Because you will have a lot of overhead. You know what I'm saying? Like expenses do come up quick within the towing business.
Yeah, I can imagine. Right. And like, how do you, what do you do to kind of keep your expenses in check? Is there any software you use or, any techniques you use?
Not really. Every morning or every morning or every time I go for a tow, I just do a quick rundown of the truck, make sure my fluids are right, make sure, my hitch is straight, there's no cracks in it, make sure all my wiring's good. I go over the trailer, make sure the tires are good, make sure my straps are not ripped, make sure there's no tears in it. Last thing I need is, strap a car. Then I'm looking at the car behind me going, oh, damn, that was supposed to be on my trailer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of, things you should, go over when doing that.
Yeah. That's just about that's how everything is. Like, you just gotta be on point with it, stay on top, and not get comfortable.
Yeah,
almost, because like if you're comfortable, you're gonna think, oh, let me just go.
Let me go do
stay
this.
Stay on top of yourself, because you are your own boss. Doesn't mean you can't be responsible. You know what
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I have slacked off on a couple weekends. I've had people calling me on a Saturday night, and I look at the group chats. I look at the phone and go, oh damn, they're going out tonight. Sorry, I can't come to you right now. I'm not gonna lie. I've done that a few times, but every now and then you need to put yourself in check and realize, like, hey,
right.
This is how I eat. This is how I survive.
Right.
I need the money. This is
right. And then just find things to do on a Tuesday. Find things to do on a Monday. On your slow days. If Saturday's where it's at, sorry Saturdays.
Saturdays.
Let's find out. Let's find that Monday crowd.
Yeah,
right.
Listen, there's a crowd everywhere. You're always gonna find
everywhere.
There definitely is.
Yeah, it's 5:00 always somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like always. So but it's definitely been good having you come up in here and drop some of this information on us. You know what I mean? Again, starting a business is never easy, especially when it sounds like you're doing this by yourself right now.
At the moment, yes, I am. Yeah, I do reach out to some people every now and then for advice, but I try to just do a lot of research myself. I spend a lot of countless time watching, YouTube videos on other people that have experience with it, other YouTubers. I listen to a few podcasts every now and again. Don't get me wrong, that's not how I tow a car. I listen to a podcast and put you on a trailer. I don't want you guys to think that. You know what I'm saying? I just, listen for the advice and knowledge. What to expect on the road, and just general information about the towing.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah. So it's your boy Tristan Javon. It's your boy Nice right here. We got Devin in the building, Express Wheel Tone. We're going to have to get the logo out there so people can see it. You know what I'm saying?
We'll definitely put it up.
And, just keep working hard, keep grinding, man. Don't give up. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, it's hard to start something, but it's easy to give up.
No, it definitely is. There's been some times where I thought about just closing up shop, but then I remember, hey, this is what I want to do. I opened it for a reason. I went the extra mile to leave my 9 to 5, and this is what I want to do. Just gotta stick to the guns and get it done.
Right, because I'm pretty sure you could have been chilling over there at Tesla.
No, I can't. I could have been my feet kicked up on the dash, typing on the computer, diagnosing and doing all that stuff. But
that's always gonna be there because you have your experience. Yeah. Nobody can take your experience away from you.
Exactly.
So it's always gonna be there. So it's always good to go do something because you don't want to say, "Damn, I should have done that."
I done that. Time is money.
I should have tried that, but I didn't. Time is everything too. Yeah. Apex predator. You know what I'm saying? But that's it for today. You know what I'm saying? Holla, come check us out. Every Sunday we dropping these episodes.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you coming, man.
No problem. Nice meeting you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was you actually fucking
camera shot my ass, bro.
I felt like I was mad camera shot. I kept stuttering. I was like, fuck. In my head, I was like, come on, get this shit together.
Nah, because that's what we try to do. We try to keep them like.
Kevin sat